Okay guys, so we're gonna do lesson 8-4. It's page 282 and 283 in your math books. Okay, and these are multi-step number stories. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start solving them, but I'm gonna kind of show you how I'm thinking through how to create my equation. So it says 8 baseball teams are participating in a tournament. Each team is bringing 18 players and 2 family members per player. All are traveling vans with 7 people per van. How many vans are needed to transport all the players and their family members? So first we need to figure out how many people are going. So we know we're going to have the players, and then each player is bringing 2 family members. So 2 family members times however many players there are, right? And that equals the total people. Okay. So how many players do we have for P? I have 18 players. And then each player is bringing 2 family members. So that's 2 times 18, because there's 18 players and each one's going to bring 2 family members. And that's our total. So 18 plus 2 times 18, I can do it over up on the side. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 more is 3. So that's plus 36, okay? And that will equal our total number of people. So 36 plus 18, I'll add those together that way. 6 and 8 is 14, 3, 4, 5. So there's going to be 54 people total, okay? And it says, though, that 7 people can ride in each van. So now I'm going to take that 54 and I'm going to split them into groups of 7, right? Because every group of 7 has to go into another van. So I know that 7 times 7 is 49, and that's the closest I can get. And when I do my subtraction, I'm going to have 5 people left, right? So I'm going to have 7 full vans and then 5 people left. And then at the question it says, what did you do with any remainders you found? We have to make another van for them, right? So we'll have 7 full vans and 1 more van that only has 5 people. So there will be a total of 8 vans, okay? And if you think about it also, you know, this is my thought process of how to do it. I also could have just done 18 times 3, because each person would have been the person and 2 family members. So there's 3 people per player, okay? All right, so that is number 1. And let's look down at number 2, okay? And I'm not going to worry about the estimate stuff right now, because we're just going to focus on the problem solving, but you should be thinking to yourself, does that answer sound reasonable or not? Team A raised $200 to pay for their family's tickets to watch the games. The tickets are $6 per adult, so the tickets are $6 for an adult and $4 for a child. If each of the 18 players brings 1 adult and 1 child, how much money will Team A have left over? And so the 18 players, they will each bring 1 adult, so they'll have 18 adult tickets, so 18 adults, and it's $6 per ticket, right? So 18 times 6, those are the adult tickets. And they're each bringing 1 child, so we'll add that to 18 times that child price, and that will be the total cost, okay? So now we're going to figure that out. 18 times 6, 6 times 8 is 48, 6 times 1 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this part is $108, okay? And then if we do 18 times 4, 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 1 is 4, 5, 6, 7. So $72. So when I add that 108 plus 72, there's my 108 plus 72. 8, 9, 10. 7, 8. So the total cost is $180. And it says if they had $200 that they'd raised for it, how much money will the team have left over? So we know it would be $200 minus all of that, right? So $200 minus $180, which is how much the tickets cost. And 10 minus 8 is 2. So they will have $20 left, okay? And the more you practice your math facts with addition, subtraction, and multiplication, the easier and more quickly you'll be able to do all these correctly. Okay? All right, let's look at number 3. Okay? On page 283. So the teams wanted to raise $2,500 to pay for new equipment for next year. They have 12 boxes of souvenir programs with 35 programs per box. If each program sells for $7, okay, and if all the programs are sold, how much money will the teams have left over for paying for the new equipment? Okay, so they have 12 boxes. And if each box has 35 programs, those are the boxes, times 35, that will tell us how many programs there are, right? And if each program sells for $7, okay, then we'll take however many programs we have, and then we can multiply that by 7, and that is how much money we will make selling the programs. So we're going to do that. And because we know the commutative property of multiplication means I can do things in any order I want, right? So I am just going to start with, how about 12 times 7? Because those are the two smaller values, and I'm just going to go with that. So if I do 12 times 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 1 is 7, and 1 more is 8. So I did 12 times 7, so now I need to do 84 times 35. So 84 times 35. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 8 is 40. 41, 42. And remember, cross those things out when you're done. Then when I go to the 3, I know I have to have a place saver because it's in the tens. 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 8 is 24, and 1 more is 25. 4 plus 5 is 9, and 1 more is 2. Okay, so it says if all the programs are sold, how much money will the teams have left over after paying for the new equipment? Well, they just raised this much money. And if the new equipment costs $2,500, we got to subtract that because now they're going to have to pay for that. 4 minus 0 is 4. 9 minus 5 is 4. And nothing there, so they will have $440 left over. Okay? And then number 4. In baseball, the bases are 90 feet apart. When a player hits a home run, he or she runs around all 4 bases. During the whole tournament, players hit 9 home runs. How many total yards did players run after hitting their home runs? So if we do home plate and we go to first, second, third, and back to home, and we know that they're 90 feet apart, then we know for one player to run the bases is 90 times 4. So we'd have 90 times 4, okay? But players hit 9 home runs. So they would have to do that 9 times, right? So we can just multiply that 9 times, and that will tell us how many total yards the players hit. And so, again, with that commutative property, you can do things in any order you want. So I'm just going to start with 4 times 9, because I can do that in my head. I know that 4 times 9 is 36. So my new problem is 90 times 36. Okay? So I'm going to make this. So for 90 times 36, I'm going to do 36 times 9, right? Because I know this is 9 tens. So I could do 36 times 9, and then it would be 9 tens, so I would have another place value. So 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 3 is 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And then, because it was actually a 0, I'm going to put that. So those runners ran 3,240 yards. Okay. And so you could also say, if I said how many feet, then you could even take it a step further and multiply it by 3 from yards to feet. Okay. If you have questions, make sure to talk to your teacher during math time. I also suggest that you give yourself a little bit of practice. You can jump into the IXL Scale Plan 8-4 and work on the multi-step number story problems. All right, guys, have a great day.